you're currently seeking around between 1 and 2 million just to effectively fund the commercialization of this product. And when you look at these early stage investors who might be interested in this, the sort of things that they're interested in is it ticks all the boxes that they're maybe interested in healthcare as an investing area. And when you look
Hmm.
at the options for investing, property and all kinds of different things, usually healthcare's, I don't know, 25% or less. So out of every 100 investors, there might be 25 who might be willing to have that conversation. And if you're one of them, the next thing you might be looking for is looking for somebody who's got strong IP. And we've heard today
Hmm.
from Ed, and the discussion that we've had so far is that he's got an incredibly strong IP and something that's valued by the NHS and the patients and all the rest of it. One thing they'll be looking for is a sort of some kind of, well, where to get the kind of money back? Because there are other people who've been
Hmm.
in this broad area that you can
Yeah.
perhaps talk to that. But the one thing that you've got to be, one, you've got to be either a sophisticated investor or a high net worth investor, because this is still a bit of a, it feels like you're
So,
putting
yeah.
your money on the horse that's going to win. But the truth is, it's still an investment that's corralled from the general population. But if you're a
Hmm.
high net worth investor, and we've got quite a few of those listening, or a sophisticated investor, then this potentially is something you might want to think about. But when it comes to that sort of trade sale
Hmm.
or an exit in some way,
Yeah.
from an investor's point of view, what's the end point that you might have in mind?
So, um, Graham, that's a great question. And again, my background before doing this type of work is I was an investment banker for a number of different firms. I was ultimately a partner at a US firm in, establishing their European business. I've worked on IPOs, mergers and acquisitions. I've raised debt. I've done restructurings. So what I know about where we can go with this business, technically, could we become a listed company in our own right? Possibly, yes, because like I say, once we get to profitability, we can determine our own pathway much more easily. But um, really, one of the things that motivates us, motivates our board and our largest shareholders, is how we can get to help the most people the most quickly with this innovation. And frankly, the better way for us to do that is to actually sell this product and the product pipeline, that basically sell the business into one of the big players in the urology space already. Because, like I say, for us to scale our manufacturing, we can do that. We can get to, from 300 devices a month to 1,000 devices a month to 10,000 devices a month fairly easily. But ultimately, the opportunity is what about making 500,000, a million devices a month? Well, that will take greater investment. But the other issue is getting those logistically out to the rest of the market. Other companies, the big companies like Coloplast, Becton Dickinson, B. Braun, Convatec here in the UK, they already have the you know infrastructure and the sales and marketing muscle to really scale this business.